but we kept it secret from you because I read Passenger 23 or Passagier 23 in German by Sebastian Fitzek. Well, let's see what this story is all about. He is a German author, one of the most successful thriller writers in Europe. His books have been translated to more than 36 languages. He went to a law school and has a doctoral degree in copyright law, but he chose media over a legal career, training at a private radio station before working his way up to head of entertainment and later chief editor. Small detail I liked is how Sebastian Fitzek boarded the ship to write his novel, again and again, just to get all the details and the feel right. Pretty cool way to spend your time, you may think. Vacation and writing. But not so much if you have seasickness. I admire his dedication to his craft. Speaking of cruise ships, there is a movie adaptation of this book and it was shot on a real cruise ship. Might be worth adding it to your to-be-watched list. Anyhow, the main character is an undercover investigator who has lost his marbles. Not all of them, just enough to be the one they sent to the cases no sane person would go near. And somehow that is exactly what makes him the one who saves lives. But was he always like this? No. Thing is, his heart got ripped out of his chest and cut into 1,000 pieces with no anesthetic. His wife and his little boy boarded a cruise liner for vacation and never came back. He searched and searched, but there was no luck. The best investigator and the one case he could not crack was his own. Time passed and he stopped caring whether he lived or died. Now he moves through his days like a zombie, throwing himself at every mission, hoping that one of them finally finishes him. And right after one of those missions, when the only thing he wanted was to crawl back home and heal his new wounds, his phone rang. And the voice on the other side told him that there could be a lead to what actually happened to his family. But to find anything, he has to come to the cruise liner. Yes, the same one that his family vanished from. The next thing we know, he is on the ship, realizing he rushed all the way for a toy and a word of witness he is not sure he can even trust. Disappointed, he turns to leave, but it is already too late. The ship has sailed, and somehow that is the best thing that could have happened to him. Because trapped on the board, he gets dragged into an investigation he never wanted. There is another disappearance, just like his own family's, except this time the victim came back, traumatized, mute, but the victim might just know enough to point him the right way to get all the answers. So, what actually happened? And why do people disappear on this cruise ship? I'm not going to tell you. You will have to find that out for yourself. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. It is fast-paced, gripping, full of twists, and best of all, the evidence all there for you. You learn everything together with the main character. Nobody shows up at the end saying, by the way, here's what actually happened, but we kept it secret from you because otherwise you will have solved the mystery halfway through the book. This book plays fair. What I especially liked was the way it moves between characters, like a movie cutting between camera angles on the same situation. There are so many storylines that each one could be its own novel, and somehow everything connects to this boat. I also like that after the main story, you get to know how life continues for every important character. It is a proper epilogue, and I always appreciate that. Minus point for me was, while every individual storyline felt believable, There were so many dramatic things happening on the same ship at the same time that my realism alarm occasionally started blinking. Okay, now that the safe part is over, come join me in the next video where we can really talk about what actually happened.